Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei NEXTLIVE TV mit einer neuen Ausgabe von Around the World, an International Talkshow on the Road to BOE. Mein Name ist Vanessa Pöhlmann und ich freue mich sehr, dass ihr heute wieder dabei seid. Der Titel der Folge verrät es bereits: International Agencies Looking at Life and Experiences. Wir haben also Agenturen und Gäste aus ganz Europa am Start, darunter Spanien, Ungarn, die Niederlande und natürlich auch Deutschland. Auch heute begrüße ich euch aus dem Studio One in der Messe Dortmund mit einem spannenden Talkgast. Lieber Ulf Gassner, schön, dass du bei uns bist.
Schön hier zu sein, Vanessa.
Ulf, du bist Gründer und Geschäftsführer von COCNEPT, einer Agenturgruppe mit über 25-jähriger Erfolgsgeschichte und unfassbar vielen Awards. Wie sah denn deine Vision aus, als du begonnen hast? Und wie war dein Weg bis hierher?
Also zunächst mal muss ich bei 25 Jahre schlucken. Es deutet auf das Alter hin. Mittlerweile sind es 26 Jahre. Wir haben tatsächlich vor einer Woche das 25-Jährige nachgeholt und sind zum neuen Agenturstandort nach Hamburg gefahren und haben dort mit allen Mitarbeitern das Jubiläum, das 25. Jubiläum nachgefeiert, was sehr schön war. Und entsprechend zurückgerechnet, 1995 nach dem Studium gegründet. Ich komme aus dem Münsterland, aus Rheine, in Rheine die Agentur aufgebaut, mit der Idee, damals, glaube ich, eher ungewöhnlich, das Design mit dem Bereich Event, Veranstaltung zu kombinieren. Denn eine Eventagentur mitten auf dem Land oder eben die 647. Werbedesignagentur war für mich jetzt zur Gründung keine Option. Versucht, das zusammenzudenken. Und das war, glaube ich, zum damaligen Zeitpunkt ein ungewöhnlicher Schritt. Heute würde man sagen holistisch. Zeigt aber unsere DNA. Das ist das, was uns ausmacht. Nicht in einem Medium, in einem Kanal, in einer Disziplin zu denken, sondern Kommunikation ganzheitlich zu denken. Und das hat dann relativ schnell auch zu den ersten Erfolgen geführt. Ab 2006 zu den ersten Awards geführt. So unzählige sind es nicht, es sind ein paar geworden. Aber letztendlich auch, und das ist ja Teil des Storytellings an der Stelle, Rheine ist jetzt nicht die Kommunikationshochburg. Das heißt, du hast da auch begrenzende Faktoren, wirst auch schnell als Provinzagentur wahrgenommen. Der Mensch denkt in Schubladen. Insofern dann sehr früh begonnen, darüber nachzudenken, aus dem Negativen etwas Positives zu machen. Wir haben 2009 dann in Köln eine Agentur aufgebaut, ganz neu gegründet. Ich liebe es zu gründen, Dinge neu zu kreieren. 2016 haben wir eine Agentur in Koblenz übernommen und jetzt gerade 2021 in Hamburg den 4. Standort initiiert und fast parallel mit dem Kölner Standort in 2008 die internationale Gruppe 27 Names initiiert. Und einige meiner Freunde und Kollegen sind ja auch Teil dieser Produktion. Und insofern haben wir dann in 25 Jahren von dem kleinen Standort Rheine eine nationale Agenturgruppe in einem internationalen Kontext aufgebaut. Und das ist einfach sehr schön und sehr bereichernd.
Das klingt nach einem vollen Erfolg. Wie seid ihr denn mit dieser schwierigen Pandemiephase umgegangen? Oder wie geht ihr auch immer noch damit um?
Das Positive an dem Negativen innerhalb der letzten knapp 2 Jahre ist, dass wir nicht den reinen Eventfokus haben, sondern eben holistisch mehrere Disziplinen in der Kommunikation abdecken. Insofern hat es uns auch getroffen, aber Gott sei Dank nicht so stark wie viele meiner Kollegen und Kolleginnen. Aber das ist natürlich im ersten Moment, gerade mit den mit den wiederkehrenden Lockdowns, auch eine Art Schockstarre, gerade im März des letzten Jahres. Wir sind sehr schnell gewesen. Ich glaube, direkt am 1. April haben wir ein Mailing rausgesendet mit der Headline Corporate TV. Wir haben eine eigene Location. Insofern haben wir die Infrastruktur, um Corporate TV anzubieten. Also das, was jetzt gerade als Streaming und als digitales Event die Erfolge feiert. Waren aber zu früh. Zu dem Zeitpunkt war noch kein Kunde in der Lage, überhaupt darüber nachzudenken. Eine solche Schocksstarre, die festzustellen war. Ahnungslosigkeit, wie agieren wir in diesem Markt? Die Mitarbeiter müssen ins Homeoffice. Wir haben keine Kommunikationskanäle mehr. Wir antizipieren einen großen Umsatzeinbruch. Wir investieren nicht mehr in Kommunikation. Dazu dann unsere auch Halbherzigkeit der Umsetzung, sodass wir diesen Weg nicht gegangen sind. Uns ja für einen ganz anderen Weg entschieden haben. Auf dem Wege machst du natürlich das ein oder andere, auch digitale und hybride Event. Aber aus dem Team kam dann eine ganz andere, auf der operativen Ebene Idee. Wir haben eine eigene Location und haben einen Außenbereich, den wir gar nicht nutzen. Und haben im letzten Sommer angefangen, den Sommer an der Ems zu initiieren, lokale Künstler eingeladen und haben den ganzen Sommer lang Festivalprogramm gemacht, weil draußen ging es. Haben das in diesem Jahr fortgesetzt, 3 Monate lang, was ein Mega-Erfolg gewesen ist. Also das war mehr als überkompensierend, das, was an Motivation verloren gegangen ist. Ja, insofern haben wir, glaube ich, aus der Not an vielen Stellen am Ende des Tages eine Tugend gemacht.
Es ist schön zu sehen, wie auch aus was Negativem etwas Positives entstehen kann.
Absolut.
In der neuen Positionierung steht Konzept X ja für Strategie, Kommunikation und Organisation. Was verbirgt sich hinter diesem Pfeilen und was kann eine Marke, ein Unternehmen, das euch engagiert, hier konkret von euch erwarten?
Nochmal wieder zurück zum Anfang, 1995, gegründet als Konzept X strategische Kommunikation, was den Bereich Design und Event, Live-Kommunikation beinhaltet. Haben wir das sukzessive als Kernkompetenz weiter ausgebaut, sehr stark auf einem partizipativen Prozess mit dem Kunden, in einer Workshop-Struktur die Markenstrategie gemeinsam mit und für den Kunden zu erarbeiten. Die gesamte Markenarchitektur, die gesamte Markenpositionierung. Und das hat sich die letzten 15 Jahre klar als unsere Kernkompetenz und Differenzierung herausgearbeitet. Und insofern war neben der eben angesprochenen ersten Schockstarre, wohin gehst du jetzt? Sehr operativ agierend oder eher strategisch agierend, haben wir uns dann für den strategischen Weg entschieden und haben gesagt, nein, den Bereich müssen wir eigentlich stärken. Jetzt ist die Zeit, wo die Unternehmen sich neu positionieren, wo sie sich mit neuen Herausforderungen auseinandersetzen müssen. Das Thema Sustainability ist ein großes Thema, CSR ist ein großes Thema, die Haltung im Markt ist ein großes Thema, also Purpose, um ein Buzzword zu nutzen. Und sind da sehr konsequent den Weg gegangen, diese Kompetenz weiter auszubauen. Nicht zuletzt aufgrund der Situation, dass es eine Bewegung am Markt gibt, wenn man sich die großen Unternehmensberatungen anschaut. Die kaufen die Kommunikationsagenturen ein, also ergänzen sich um den kreativen Part. Das war für mich ein schönes Beispiel zu sagen, vielleicht geht es auch andersrum. Wir haben die strategische Kompetenz, lass uns die weiter ausbauen. Die Kreation, Konzeption, viele Awards gehört sowieso zu unserer DNA. Lass uns das, was die Unternehmensberatungen tun, auf einem anderen Level realisieren. Und das läuft bisher sehr erfolgreich.
Lieber Ulf, ich finde es total interessant und spannend, euren Weg zu hören. Ihr habt euch ja wirklich für einen ganz eigenen Weg entschieden. Und ich bin mir sicher, das fanden unsere Zuschauer zu Hause auch. Also vielen Dank, dass du da warst. Und wir hoffen, dich bald wieder bei NEXTLIVE TV begrüßen zu dürfen.
Sehr gerne, ich freue mich.
Unser nächster Talkgast hat extra einen anderen Termin verschoben, um hier bei uns auf der Road to BOE dabei sein zu können. Darüber freuen wir uns natürlich sehr. Aus Paris ist uns nun live zugeschaltet die wunderbare Beatrix Mourer. Bonjour Beatrix. How is Paris? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very happy to be here with you. And it's true that at the moment we are very busy. because we have been allowed again to organize events. So we have organized, I think, 30 events in 45 days since the beginning of September. So
wow.
it has been
So you're
quite a
very
watch.
busy. Thank you for taking the time.
No, but I'm happy.
Beatrix, magicgarden is an agency which was founded in 1995 by bringing together French and international DJs, artists, scenographers and performers. Soon you and your partner Bryce set up a production label and an agency for artists, which later was known as the French Touch. I really like that name. What exactly does the French Touch stand for?
The French Touch is a musical movement. It has been known also as the French House. It means filter house with tech funk. It's a style of house music, which was originally produced by French musicians in the 90s. There was artists like Daft Punk, you maybe know, or Stardust, Cassius, and it's a kind of electronic music, I would say, inspired by cultural cinematographic references like the Japanese cartoons in the 80s, but also by the German electronic music like Kraftwerk, and also by the black music like Motown. So it's a kind of music. It was the music we were playing in our events. But now the expression French Touch, I would say, has been popularized by this music, and now it's used also for live communication, video games, new technologies, and means quality, elegance, and I would say creativity, originality of the French talent. It might be a little bit strange to say this, but that's the definition.
The world has been changing rapidly in the last years, and the pandemic situation was only an accelerator for a huge change process. How did corporate clients in France react to this, and what will be the biggest challenge of the next years for this industry? What do you think?
Well, of course, we started to make virtual events for our clients during the pandemic. But now, thanks to the sanitary pass, we are allowed again to organize live events. And mostly our clients are back to live events, depending on clients. But for sure, they look and we want to make hybrid events in order to include also people who are far away and cannot attend. For instance, we have launched the last Lady Gaga jazz album, Love for Sale, for Unibail Rodamco Westfield. There are, malls all around the world, and it was an hybrid event. There was a live and virtual concert in live stream since Los Angeles on Lady Gaga, and it has been broadcasted live in 20 malls around the world, and we were in charge of the 8 ones in France. But so yes, I think in 27 names in Magic Garden, we have organized events since a long time to make contents for social network. But now we think the event in a way they could be streamed, and in a way to both focus and keep the attention of virtual attendance, which is a challenge because it's not easy to focus and keep the attention of people who are not in a real life. And so it's a challenge to make them really interactive and to propose them a real experience. But it's very interesting. And another challenge, I would say, is the CSR. Mm-hmm. How we make always more and more sustainable and inclusive events, because it's not only about sustainability, but it's also about inclusivity, social part of it. So of course, hybrid events is the solution, but it's not the only one. We have to think about sustainability, in the whole process, about the communication, about the design, about the transportation, about everything. And it's a very exciting challenge, I would say, and it's our responsibility in our job to try to find solution.
magicgarden was one of the first agencies putting their skills, influencer networks, and knowledge of the artistic community at the service of brands. Tell me, how do you find the right tone to reach out to the target groups through immersive experience?
Well, as we always did, we inspire ourselves a lot by art. I would say art performance, but also theater. You talk about immersive. There are some experiences which are very interesting, like Sleep No More, which is a concept in the US. Also Secret Cinema in the UK. So these are very inspiring for us. So we try to play with all the senses: the smell, the touch, the hearing, the sight, the taste. And for example, it's a long time now, but in 2016 we have made the Samsung Life Changer Park, and we had it was the first amusement park mixing VR and reality, and we had a zombie area, so people had the VR, so they could see the film, but also we had actors that were dressed in zombies, so they can interact with them. We put some smell of dust. Yes, there is a smell of dust. We had them shouting and touching people with fever, and it was really immersive and total experiences. We also had some advent taste strange food, and it was it works a lot. And I think the immersive experiences is a huge playground. Mm-hmm. And we are going to do one, I hope so, soon, for video game launch, and we try to immerse the people in the universe of the game. But yes, playing with all the senses, and so yes, the inspiration comes a lot from the artist, and because they have a sensibility, and I think they are in advance for a lot of things. So we continue to focus and position ourselves on culture and entertainment.
Very cool. I would have liked to be a part of the zombie experience. That sounds very fun. I have mentioned this before. NEXTLIVE will host an international touchpoint on the BOE 2022. It's called Learn from the Best, and we will introduce the best event cases from all over Europe. And we would be more than happy to have some cases from France. So it would be amazing if you could share your knowledge, and feel free to visit us in Germany. We would love to have you here.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Perfect. Maybe I'll see you on the next BOE in Dortmund this January. And merci beaucoup, Beatrix.
Dankeschön.
Around the World, an International Talkshow on the road to BOE. Und der Titel unserer heutigen NEXTLIVE-TV-Sendung verrät es bereits. Wir blicken auf Live-Kommunikation und Experience-Marketing aus der Sicht der Agenturen. Zugeschaltet aus Belgien ist uns jetzt Wouter von der Agentur The Oval Office. Welcome, Wouter.
Das sagen Sie sehr gut. Danke. Great to be there with you, Vanessa.
We're very happy to have Belgium and you on the show. And my first question would be, who exactly is the Oval Office? In which markets can we find your clients? And what characteristics are typical for an Oval Office client? Those were a lot of questions at once.
Whoa, yeah, that's right. Let's start with the first one. I think that was, what is the Oval Office as a kind of agency? What type of agency is the Oval Office? Well, the Oval Office exists for 10 years. Now, next year it will be 10 years, and we were the result of a merger between a live agency and a communication agency. That's since the beginning our unique positioning. And in the beginning, we called ourselves a live communication agency. And we wanted to create a mix between all our live knowledge, the know-how to produce events, the know-how to produce activation on the field, in combination with the know-how of how to communicate with B2B and B2C clients. And in these 10 years, we've evolved. Today we can say that we are an experience-driven communication agency. So that's our positioning now. It's not far from the beginning, but I think more and more we created campaigns which are really an integrated mix of live and communication tools to create campaigns which achieve the goals that the client wanted to achieve. So more and more we're acting like a communication agency, but with this typical live DNA still in the agency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, the DNA or in the DNA of the Oval Office agency is also empathy. That plays a big role for you. So how do you bring this empathy back into our world, especially during times like these?
Well, as you noticed, empathy is becoming more and more an important issue in the whole of society. And as you as a person, me as a person, but also as a company, during COVID times, everybody had time to reflect on what they are doing and how they are working. We thought it was time that communication agencies took up another role in society besides helping clients to sell something. And we thought a communication agency should become a player in our society, which creates really added value. We were seeing our sector as a sector which was only there to help the client to sell more products or to convince people to do A or B. But more and more we want to help our clients to communicate as part of society, as an important part of society, which with a huge impact. And as they have a huge impact on society, every client should be aware of this impact and should be aware of the communication they're doing with their target groups. And there, this key asset, empathy, is going to play a more and more important role. We know it in our personal contact. You can't have a friendship with somebody if you don't have an empathic communication towards this person. You can't maintain a relationship for years if you are not empathic in your communication. And that's not different for companies. They should be empathic as well. Otherwise, they won't exist anymore in the future. That's our belief. So we've developed a very, and I think that's a first in the world of communication. We really developed a tool how to measure your level of empathy in different building blocks and how to improve this level of empathy. And we can really, we've developed a method which we soon will present in a month from now. We will present it, how we will do it. And I think that will be for our agency a game changer, because our new proposals will have this component of empathy in an important level in our campaigns. And that's something we are as an agency looking forward to. So that's something where we would like to develop more and more of.
That sounds very exciting. I'm really looking forward to learning more about this thing you're presenting. And I was wondering, what do you think is, well, in your opinion, the most relevant challenge for the live industry in 2022?
In 2022, so that's next year, I think the challenge will be, because of COVID, people have realized that a lot of meetings, a lot of get-togethers can happen digitally, as we are doing now. And if we are not doing it digitally, inevitably, there will be mobility issues, there will be ecological issues, there will be time issues that will make a live gathering more and more difficult. But they will remain because it's absolutely a necessary pillar of our society, also in doing business with each other or being together with the people you work with in your company. So it's something that will remain and will stay important. But the agencies will have to come up with live events with a real added value, things you can't change for just a virtual meeting. So you have to come up with good reasons why to gather all those people, let them fly in or let them come together or let them experience a happening. Why don't you do it digitally? What is the real added value of doing it live? And if you can't answer that question, you probably just should do it virtually. Mm-hmm. So that will be a challenge because it will push agencies going next level. Secondly, I think CSR, so the corporate responsibility, that empathy is a part of it, but it's a larger topic. And I think every agency really will have to work on this CSR thing. And thirdly, I think and that's our thing, we will have to integrate every energy we spend on the live side, let's say, has to be part of a larger communication program. So in our company, we also deliver the communication part, but other event agencies are perfectly fine also, but they should really be integrated in the total communication plan a company has. So for me, those are the three challenges of next year.
Mm-hmm. Wouter, NEXTLIVE will host an international touchpoint on BOE 2022, Learn from the Best, and we will introduce the best event cases from all over Europe. Do you think we can also count on an event case from the Oval Office?
Well, I'm happy to learn more about it. We have a history of not every year, but frequently we participate in an award show if we feel that we really have a case which is nice that everybody knows about. So we had some successes in the past on winning awards. So yes, why not? We are open also to participate in your awards, I think.
That sounds great. Wouter, bedankt. Thank you so much for being with us. And best regards to Belgium.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Thank you for having me.
Das war unsere heutige Folge von Around the World, an International Talkshow on the Road to BOE. Wir sagen Tschüss, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und freuen uns schon, wenn wir uns das nächste Mal sehen.